are at Lim Square, Singapore's best place to build a PC. And right now is not exactly the best time to build a PC. And I'm building my subscriber his very own PC under $3,200. And so I'm filled with parts around me, and I'm also having the guy to get me the parts. Remember this guy from last year? Yeah, same guy. So we're gonna go ahead and see what parts they give us and do something really cool.
I think after I start working, there won't be much time to get all these kind of things anymore. So might as well get it done now.
Yeah. So as you guys heard him say, it's all about the timing, right? If you guys are thinking of building a PC, honestly, any time is a good time because unfortunately the prices are only going up from here. So make sure to contact me for more information on PCs. So as you can see, they're working really hard to give us the parts. It's quite crowded today because it's a Sunday, but you know, that doesn't stop us. So we have the parts that we're building today. This is a 7100 X3D. That's the best. We got a RAM upgrade as well, actually. This costs a kidney, by the way. So, you have a spare kidney? No. Okay, fair enough. Yo, we are back home, and now we have the parts with us. Looks kind of good, doesn't it? Yeah. I think it looks better when it's undressed. So, let's do that. All right, so in front of us, we have the Tough Gaming motherboard. Again, we went for ASUS for the motherboard as well as the graphics card, because like I said in my previous video, you guys should have the motherboard and the graphics card aligned in the same brand, which is always ideal. It's not required, but it's always good. So this is a B850M, which means it's a micro ATX motherboard, which means it's slightly smaller, but powerful as it always has been. You know, so that's why I say size does not matter, guys. It does not really. I've been told many times. So if you guys noticed, we actually did not have a CPU during the beginning of this video. The reason for that is because when we went to the store, Dynacore, they actually installed the CPU, and I will play that scene now. Now we're installing the CPU.
Yeah. Done.
Perfect. Okay, so you would have seen how they installed the CPU. It's fairly straightforward. I'm not going to redo it again because it's the same, but well, this is what the motherboard looks like, right? It is a micro ATX. It's slightly smaller than the usual size that you would have, but like I said, it's very strong. So always make sure, guys, when building a PC, use this anti-static sheet and always put it on top of your motherboard. It's always the necessity. As you can see, our CPU is already installed and it's kind of cuzzly and nice and soft. So the next step naturally is to install your RAM. When you have a dual channel RAM like the Kingston Fury here, so this is a very nice DDR5 stick. Would you like to feel this stick? You're gonna have a feel of what the stick looks like. Yeah? It feels, what does it feel like?
Cold steel.
Cold steel, it is. So for installation of RAM, I've made this clear last time. I'll display this image again. You must make sure to follow this image right here. It is a very clear instruction of the configuration of your memory. Remember, when you're installing the RAM, make sure it's aligned with how it's on the board. So it's aligned. You want to make sure to push slightly until you hear a nice little click like that, and there it is. Your RAM is installed. You guys might be thinking now, okay, you have the PC, you have the motherboard, the CPU, the RAM. Where the hell is the case? That's a good point. Okay, so here we have the Fractal North case. I actually have never worked with a Fractal North case before, but I'm excited because they always make the best designed cases in terms of what materials they use. So the Fractal North, my brother actually has a Fractal North. He has the wooden tempered glass one, and it looks really, really sick. And I recommend that to guys who want to get this very like suede wooden material that comes with the case. Actually, hold on a minute. This is the exact same case my brother has. Huh. Case reveal in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, as you guys can see, this is a Fractal North case. It has a tempered glass on top, but we're only gonna take this, oh, it should be this way. Take this off, put this inside there, and we'll take this off as well. hey, what popped off is a user guide, which guess what? I'll be needing. There we are. So really nice, really nice. You like that? You think it's good?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Look, it even has this leather thing on the back. It's quite cool actually. Are you gonna put this on the floor? Is your floor cement?
No, it's topped. It's ceramic.
Okay. You should probably put a carpet or something on top because this is tempered glasses in general are allergic to ceramic tiles. They will shatter if it makes contact. So if this makes contact to ceramic tiles, it will shatter. I've had personal experience with that, so I know a little bit too much about that topic. Huh? Yeah. If it touches the edge, you can keep that on. You don't need this for the next however many hours. But we also need to get rid of this side panel here because the thing is, guys, we're gonna dig deep today. We're going in deep. You know, have I said that enough times? We're going in deep. Okay, let's stop. I'm getting uncomfortable now. You know what? You take the silica gel out. This makes for good popcorn additional snacks. I've heard. My friend told me this once, but I never heard from him back. What the heck? Here we have all the screws needed for installation of the motherboard. So the thing with the motherboard is actually what we need to do is install it here, right? And so when we do that, you'll notice there are certain standoffs already installed on the motherboard. So since this is a micro ATX, we got to find the right position for these standoffs, and you'll notice that they already have holes in them. So they are silver holes that you can see, right? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 holes that we have to line up. So when the PC is like this, obviously, this is the orientation that we're gonna have to find out. So then you'll align it with the holes that are on the case. So in this case, it'd be here, and that's it. It's basically already on the board, and that's kind of, I don't know why, it was quite easy to do. But we aren't done yet, guys, because what we need to do now is install the CPU cooler. So we actually decided that we should install the CPU cooler first because I think we need to remove the mounting brackets on the CPU. So that's why we're gonna open this up. My good assistant, Dipon, has already helped me to make this possible. Thank you for that, Dipon.
No problem.
Yeah, so we're gonna open this up, and this actually was not a part of the plan. Our good guys, good friends at Dynacore helped us get a nice little upgrade into the Thermal Right Frozen Horizon. It's nice, no? So the thing with this case, and the limitation that this case has, is that it's only compatible with a 260 millimeter radiator, which, sorry, 240, not 260, 240. So that could be a problem if you're running a 9800X2D and you want a really, really good CPU cooler. But apart from that, honestly, for the 7800X2D that we have for this computer, it's really, really good. So let's open it up. Here it is. You don't need the rest of this for now. As you can see, oh no.
Wait.
Oh, never mind. Yes, okay. I was worried for a second because this did not come with pre-applied thermal paste.
Oh, yeah.
So for people who don't know what thermal paste is it's what you need to get your CPU to have good contact with the cooler. Regardless if it's an AIO like this, an all-in-one cooler, or if it's an actual fan cooler, you need to have thermal paste, which they did include. I thought usually all the CPU coolers I've worked with, they usually have the thing pre-applied here. So you just have to put it in and it'll work. But at least now you'll have the freedom to actually press it in. It's quite fun. It's fun.
You're gonna make a mess.
Yeah. So I'll take this out, and you can see that the head comes with a few cables, which is quite fun actually. This is a USB header. It goes directly into the motherboard later, which we will see. On top of that, they did us a favor and installed the fans on the radiator already. So that's one less thing that we need to do. So now we're actually going to install the CPU. We've decided on the orientation. Unfortunately, the bracket allows us to only install in 2 ways. So we're kind of spoiled for choice there. But the good thing is now we're going to install it. And we have our subscriber himself, our anonymous subscriber, to come in and do the installation of the thermal paste. So this is you have to be very careful. You want to do an X, okay? Just do an X. But don't put too much. I'll tell you when to stop. Just do an X, a little bit, and then another X. Go ahead. From the top to bottom. And then the front. And we have installed our CPU cooler. That's it. And now we just have to tighten up the CPU cooler, which we will use a screwdriver. But my advice to you guys is to not go too tight on this. So we got into a bit of a small snag. The issue was that we put in the CPU cooler in already and even screwed it in. But then we realized that actually now we can't even install the CPU cable from the power supply, nor can we insert the fan cable onto the motherboard. So now what we're doing is, since we've already put the radiator on, we can actually just remove the fans and then plug in what we need to, and then put the fans back in at the last. So that's what we're doing now. So I'll see you guys once we're done with that. All right, guys, now it's time for the power supply. Now, what we're doing is we're actually putting all the cables in first, like I said. So for that, we're gonna open up this Thermaltake 850 watt fully modular power supply. Now, what fully modular means is that you can use whatever cables you only need. So that's the best part about a modular power supply in this day and age. And so this is a gold edition 850 watt. So gold edition means that it's rated really well, which means that it will give you really, really good power, and it's healthy. So it looks good, right? Yes. So let's go and connect the cables that we need to get this sorted. Then we have a whole list of cables that are provided by Thermaltake. We'll only need a few of these. The main one, of course, is this one, which is our CPU 24-pin motherboard, the 24-pin motherboard cable, not CPU. So we'll put this in as well, because this is the main thing that needs to be slotted in. So what we'll do for that is actually get this slotted in. So if we look in here, we'll immediately get this into this slot. Connect this in here. Ignore the PC fan. Ignore the AIO fan that is dangling around. So once this is fully slotted, it will have a nice click, which it just had. And then this can go in through. Sorry, Dipon, I just scratched your hand there. You can go back through the case for some cable management later on. Guys, before we put everything in, as you can see, we've put in the AIO cooler inside. Everything is installed. The only thing we have left to do is put in the SSD. So our subscriber has his old SSD and his hard drive, but we also have a brand new M.2 Gen 4 2 terabyte crucial SSD that we're going to put in. This is going to be his main boot drive eventually at some point. So let's go ahead and install that. Yeah, so we've installed the PC. The only thing left is the graphics card. So we're gonna put in the graphics card really quickly and then do a quick test run to make sure the PC is running fine and isn't having any issues, whatnot. So Are we ready to open up the graphics card? This is the Asus Prime 5070 Ti. It is one of the best 5070 Ti's in the market right now. If you're a gamer, then you would go for the ROG Strix. But this, guys, this is for gaming and AI and everything else. And it's just an amazing card, and I can't wait to open it up. Let us rip this bad boy out open. Opening experience. Wow. So Asus will give you some standard issue warranty and some stuff like that inside here, but the box actually is useless. What's really important is what's inside, which is this amazing graphics card. But before we get to the graphics card, this is a quick 1 to 3 PCIe connector for your motherboard. If for your power supply. If your power supply doesn't give you a direct 600 watt cable, then you would have to use 3 PCIe slots from your power supply. Luckily for us, our power supply has a 600 watt cable, so we've connected that directly, and we'll do that soon. So we can put that back in, and hey, you can get a lanyard. So that's why I love Asus. They give you lanyards for everything. Himself, the 5070 Ti. Doesn't he look amazing? Here, have a feel.
Nice.
Noise is the right word. Nice. Are you recording?
Uh,
So guys, we have officially installed the graphics card onto the PC. It looks very beautiful. We haven't taken any of these plastics out because we just want to make sure that everything works. We've plugged it in, everything is connected. We're just gonna go and connect this to the power supply really quick and make sure that this PC turns on, right? So for that, we're gonna connect this cable to the back here, and then we're gonna connect it to my source of, well, power source. And when you're ready, we will turn this on. And first of all, as you can see, there are lights coming in. The motherboard is having power. You can see it's orange. You want to go ahead and press the power button? Okay, let's try this. And third time's the charm. So the issue was that the power connector for the I/O on top wasn't properly aligned at the correct place, which is why I recommend you guys to always take the motherboard example here we have in the case, and actually look at which connectors you're supposed to put it in. Some motherboards have it differently, so you'll never know until you have a look. If you ever open up your PC and if it doesn't boot up, sometimes it might not be your problem. It might be that you actually haven't connected it properly. So guys, I know this isn't the ideal location because my light's there, but this is the best we can do for now. We're gonna turn this PC on and check if everything boots up well. And obviously, as you can see, it works. So now the test is to see whether it connects to, it won't because the power can't. So I have to fire my cameraman because he just did not record anything I just said. But basically what we did was we booted it up and we're on the BIOS right now. What you need to do when you go back home is find a way to update the BIOS, which is easy. You have to get a USB drive and then flash it and it will do it on its own. Or actually, if I can see, I can do it for you. I'll have a look at the BIOS if we can do it for him ourselves. Guys, after a very hard struggle of getting this shit together, we actually got it together. We had a long problem with installing Windows 11, which is kind of weird. But we solved it and everything is working perfectly fine. And here you have the final PC. But that's it for today. And if you guys want more amazing tech content like this, building PCs, whatnot, other amazing stuff, make sure to subscribe to this channel and also follow me on Instagram and TikTok. And maybe you, who knows, I could be building your PC next. See you on the next one.